Hey y'all. How y'all? Everybody doing well today? I'm doing great. It's February the 5th, 2022. Yesterday was a uh, solemn and sad day, and I think everybody was thinking about Summer Wells, and you know, very sad. Holy Catterday! Hey cats, how are you? Hey critters, howdy, howdy critters. Hey Rochelle, hey Nancy Smith, hey Nana. Okay, look, right? Do do I even need to say anything? No, I don't. I don't have to say anything because you guys know better than I do what to think about the whole mess, right? Um, but I thought it might be fun.
Jodi, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yep.
Did you kill Travis Alexander?
Yes. Yes, I did. I think. No, I did. He attacked me and it was self-defense.
Can you explain how he was abusive?
He was always just like yelly and screamy and just super shouty. One time we were having sex and I accidentally farted and I thought he was gonna kill me. I came over to his place. We began.
I'm sorry, can you explain what that is?
Oh, this is a dick. That's my pussy. I got a washcloth and I removed the cum from my belly button. And I miss him. He wanted me to take pictures of him in the shower. I dropped the camera. He was like, a 5-year-old girl can take better naked pictures of me. And I said, prove it. And he said, I will. And I said, you better not. And then I shot him in the head.
You're saying you shot him in the head, and then he got mad and attacked you?
Super mad, that's correct. Typically when people get shot in the head, they do get very angry.
Can you show me how you stabbed Travis Alexander?
I don't want to.
Hey! Where did you get that? Miss Arias, do you have a problem with your memory?
I don't remember.
What makes you lose your memory?
Sometimes I lose my memory when mean old men are yelling at me and grilling at me and asking me so many questions all the goddamn time.
Jodi, can you give me a straight answer? How old are you?
21.
Jodi.
I'm 22 years old.
Jodi, how old are you?
23 and counting.
How old are you?
24. I forgot my last birthday was really recently. I'll be 33 in July.
Jodi. Jodi, please stop. Can you show your finger to the jury? Okay.
Get it? I can't do it because my finger's all jacked.
Miss Arias, do you have any regrets for what you have done?
Yes. Yes. My bangs. My bangs.
Okay. All right. So enough of that, right? Okay. So today I'm not going to talk about true crime, although, a bunch of the crap going on YouTube right now ought to be a crime, right? Let's, my bangs. I know. Critters lose sleep, Nana. Oh yeah. After you watch Jodi on the Stand, and then you go back and you watch that parody again, then you can completely see it. It's absolutely genius. Absolutely genius. Yeah. No, she's not multiple personality. She's she's got a collection of personality disorders that have helped her get through life. Okay, so yeah, wowzers, right? Crazy day. Or not. Hopefully, it won't be a crazy day. Hopefully, it's going to be a really calm and good day. But look, can we face it? I watched some crazy shit stuff yesterday. Mostly because I began getting messages. Have you seen what is happening in that channel? Look. See, I said I was going to be really, okay, here's what I'm going to do. We're going to talk about positive psychology. Okay. That's what I'm going to, in dealing with this newest little problem, we're going to start with information regarding something called positive psychology. Now, there are obviously a group of people that have a particular way of looking at the world that they like to talk about toxic positivity. Look, human beings are complicated, right? And there's no one size fits all. The clothing industry figured that out very quickly. There's no one size fits all. Everyone has their own sets of needs, and everyone has their own burdens that they bear. And some people that, we all, if you're healthy, if your amygdala is working properly, you're going to experience emotion. And sometimes it's going to be happy, good, positive emotion. And sometimes it's going to be negative emotion like anger. If you are a toxic person, then you have the ability to look at anyone's response and manipulate it and present it in such a way that you make their normal human reactions look like they're crazy when they're really not. But I think what the biggest mark of what a person who is not healthy, I think the biggest marker is self-awareness. I think people that are doing relatively well in life and they're experiencing a wide range of human emotion adequately, and they're responding in a way, hopefully, that's healthy and helps the problems whatever the problem is that's making them angry. That for the most part, if you manage it, in a relatively stable manner, you're probably healthy. If you have some awareness, wow, you know what? I really got mad, and it probably wouldn't be really good for me to flip off the driver beside me because, in today's world, I might end up getting shot. So I'm mad. So I think I'll take a few deep breaths and turn some music on and just let that, person head on down the road with no kind of, altercation, right? Someone who, though, is not healthy, they don't have that ability. They've got a lot going on, but the majority of it stems from lack of self-awareness. They may, get furious at someone because a person beside them is, let's keep the analogy of being on the freeway. Maybe the person beside them refuses to let them, get into the lane of traffic in front of them. And then that makes you mad, being the unhealthy and the self-important, entitled human being that you are. You get angry because that person didn't do what you thought they should do. And so you flip them the bird, which then makes them angry. And they think, what is this crazy woman flipping me the bird about? What's wrong with them? And so then, because you don't get the reaction you want, then you drive super fast so you can get up ahead of that other person. And then you slam your brakes on to give it to them. to let them know you should have let me get in front of you when I wanted to, you bastard. And because you didn't do exactly what I thought you were supposed to do, now I'm going to put you and everybody else that's on this highway in a very dangerous situation because I'm a petulant, self-important, entitled little child. And then when the person jumps out of their car to come up to your car and say, are you crazy? Why did you make me run into the back end of you? You may get a slap across your face if you're lucky, or you could get a gun in your temple. And then you know what the story of the day becomes? The story of the day then becomes, I was attacked. I was just riding down the road, minding my own business. And this crazy man from out of nowhere, he just comes up to my car and he pulls a gun out and he says, I know who you are. I saw you on the internet. I'm here to bully you, lady. Okay. The lack of self-awareness, you know? Chances are, if you're trying to pull over into the next lane and the person doesn't let you, maybe they're deep in thought because they just signed their divorce papers. Maybe they're lost in thought because they just put their mom in the hospital with COVID and she's in ICU. Maybe the person is really, really nervous because they're going on a job interview and they've been unemployed for 3 years. The chances are, though, that that person didn't fail to let you do what you want to do because they were out to get you. But when you speed ahead in your little temper tantrum and then slam your brakes on to make that other person get in a wreck or cause a chain reaction wreck, you did do that with full knowledge and awareness of causing harm. So who's really the bad guy here? Right? So self-awareness. Self-awareness is at the heart of this idea of, am I experiencing my life in a relatively healthy manner? Yes, I'm having normal human emotions, but am I handling those emotions in a way that is non-damaging to me or the people that love me or anybody else in the world that I may be affecting, right? So that's why it doesn't always, that's right, Allie. And that's where people have gone completely off the rails. How dare that man pick on me? I'm just a poor defenseless woman. And my God, doesn't that man know I've lost a family member? Doesn't that person know that? They'll never know what it's like to lose a family member. Right? Okay, well, self-awareness, right? If I ask you guys to put a 1 in, if you have lost a loved one, someone that you spent every day of your life with, and when you lost them, it left an enormous void, that you have an empty hole in your heart because the love that you had for this person, you miss that person so deeply. If you've ever lost a person, one or more, that left a hole in your heart because they're gone, put a 1. Just out of curiosity. So we got 45 people in here. We really ought to have probably 45 ones if we're talking about real life. Correct? Look at Kathy. Look at Mandy. Losing the people we love is a nightmare. It is a nightmare. Love is not a competition. My loss of my dad was a nightmare. There's not a single day that goes by that he is not inside my head, just about the whole day. Every single one of us have these people in our lives that we keep close because we keep them in our heart. We remember the lessons from them. We remember the fun time. Allie's dad and grandpa, she has a deep, deep hole in her heart because they were everything to her. Nobody's love is any more valuable than anybody else's. It's offensive to say it the first 1, 2, 3, 25 times. It's offensive because it's degrading to others that have lost really, really, really beloved people. And in the beginning, it's understandable. In the beginning, you're consumed with it. That's one of the reasons why you get off. You protect yourself when you lose somebody that's important to you. You take some time off from work. You surround yourself with things to keep yourself healthy and happy because it consumes you. Okay. Well, your husband may have died, but you know what? I loved my husband more than you loved your husband. So my grief is much worse than your grief. Does that even sound reasonable to anyone in here? Right? So, I thought because of what I listened to, the lack of self-awareness and the never-ending assault on others, it never ends. It's just attack one person and then another person and then another person and then another person and as this person is attacking with abandon, they're saying, I am bullied. I am so bullied. I am bullied. I have so many channels made about, wait a minute. Many people have, one person that comes to mind is a lady named Sally Ann. Sally was not only bullied, but it was a group bullying that was on a very public platform. And then she was banished and cast out from her community. And then she was targeted. It was targeted harassment. And she was chased around from channel to channel to channel. People demanding complete and total ostracization of Sally. Why? I'm so sorry, Sandra. Yeah, I'm so sorry. So sorry. Sandra shared with us she's lost her dad, her son, and her mother all within a year and a half. That's profound. I don't see Sandra attacking people and saying that her sadness is a lot worse than anybody else's sadness that lost people they loved. And in truth, people that lose people we love, we should come together. We should support each other and help each other, right? You got a hole in your heart, you fill it with other people and try to get some comfort. But you hold those memories close. You don't let them go because that keeps your loved one connected to you, right? So, I've got a problem here with my audio. Just give me 1 second here. I think that music didn't go off. Yeah, that's what it is. It was rock and roll playing in the background while I was ranting, wasn't it? Okay. So once again, I get drug in to this thing. And I understand that it's probably not purposeful. But I get drug in the middle while this person is ranting and attacking about things that have happened recently. I don't know, like within the last 18 months. Then somehow I get mentioned, and now it makes it sound like I'm doing terrible things like within the last 18 months, 2 years, 40 months. But no, this woman continues to talk about something that happened almost 4 years ago. Self-awareness. Who's the real bully? The person that tried to get me up on a public channel to put on a Jerry Springer show, and I absolutely refused to respond, and I refused to have a tit for tat, and I refused to make hate videos, and I refused to engage in the insanity. I don't mean she's insane. I mean the insanity of the situation. A grown woman on a public platform acting like they have no sense. I'm not going to do that. And so I just focus on true crime. I just make my little videos. Occasionally I find something funny and I laugh. And then the recognition came. I had the audacity, I had the audacity to leave a comment under a cartoon. And that's why this person lost their mind for a few hours. Because I made a comment. And she says, don't you know what that person's doing? No, it's not a malicious video. It's not malicious. It's funny. It's not offensive. There's nothing in there that anybody would look at and say, this person's trying to hurt you. It's a spoof kind of thing. It's a parody type thing with a cartoon, and it lasts seconds. And some of the videos from some of these clip channels are brutal, right? They're brutal. Not this, but where I left my little comment and I said this was funny. And the self-awareness, here's what I mean by lack of self-awareness where I'm concerned, is that this woman has for 3 or more years periodically brought me out of mothballs and began to yell about what a horrible person I am and that I'm a liar. And then it's very difficult. I will tell you this, because of the rapidly changing topics as the rant is going on. It's very it sounds like she'll say something about me and it will make it sound like I did something that someone else actually did. Right? So when she brings me up and includes me in these antics of other people, it really makes it look like I'm a part of what they are doing to her. And I don't even know what she's talking about. 90% of the stream, I'm thinking, what? What are you talking about, lady? I don't know the names of these people that she's bringing up. I don't know who she says that I'm one of Natasha's people. I don't know what that means. I don't talk to Natasha. I don't know anything about Natasha. And I don't think realistically, if I had to, I don't even think I couldn't even tell you what she's taught what Natasha's channel, what anything they've done in the last couple of weeks. I haven't watched anything. You want to know why? Y'all know why. You want to know why? Because I've been consumed by the whole Barrymore feud thing. Why in God's name would I go over to AK's channel, be on his panel, do videos on Jodi Arias? Why would I be doing all of that and be thinking about this person doing what they do? I don't know. Why? I don't know why I keep getting drug into this. And I feel that, you know, I've been gracious. Two Scooter comes in. Listen. Two Scooter comes in. She takes a video of my side chat. She doesn't have a problem with what I'm saying in the video. It's the side chat. And then she says, I wonder when the word gets out that I'm recording, no one will speak. No one will comment when they know I'm recording. They're scared to be seen in Jules' channel. That's what she says. And I'm just shaking my head in disbelief going, do these two old ladies think that they're the mafia? Like, do they really believe this crap that they're doing? This is pathetic. This is a really, really sad thing they're doing. But I didn't get mad. I didn't get all freaked out. I just made a video and said, look, this is what she did. And I made a funny little joke about it. I put a video up of a lady that was drunk who was laughing. Her son was laughing, and it was funny. It was not a hurtful, mean, obnoxious. It was a cute, kind of silly little video with this drunk lady, right? Well, when this woman goes to her chat with the people that believe every word she says, they believe every word she says. They don't go check it out for themselves. When she goes over there, she said, well, you guys will not believe what J.O.T. did. She made a video about Two Scooter, and she put up a picture of an old lady that was bent over and could not walk. J.O.T. was making fun of crippled people. She was making fun of old people, and she left that old crippled lady that was bent over at her waist. She left her up the whole time. Don't watch it. It's disgusting. And her subscribers are in the side chat going, oh, that J.O.T., she is vile. She is such a vile human being. She doesn't deserve. How could she make fun of crippled people? Well, actually, I didn't. So the woman was not bent over out of crippledness. She was about 35 years old, and she was soused. She had been at the pub. She was Irish. She had been at the pub, and her son came on his scooter to pick her up, and they had a wreck, and they fell off the scooter, and they were laughing their butts off because it was so funny. And then as the woman gets up, the boy is going, hey, Mom, you can ride. Come get back on the scooter. And she said, no. She said, I can't get on the damn scooter. She said, I don't piss myself. And she starts laughing and doubles over again with laughter. She wet her pants. And it was funny. They were all laughing. It was funny. This woman, this deranged woman, goes into her channel and tells her subscribers that I made a video to hurt Two Scooter, and that I put up a picture of an old lady that was bent over and crippled, and I left it up my whole life. That's what she told them. And they believed it, hook, line, and sinker. Absolutely believed it. That's absolutely a true story. So... So here we are, right? Yeah. Listen, Lisa. There is more than one way to be crippled. Okay, I hate to tell you, but having a bad back is only one way. Having physical problems, orthopedic problems, or muscular problems, that's only one way to be crippled. People can be crippled by their emotions. People can be crippled by their personality problems. People can be crippled by financial challenges. Okay, so let's just be really careful about who we're pointing our finger at, saying, oh, you're a vile human being, because self-awareness is a gift. So yeah, last night was one of those things where this person was very upset. I don't have any idea what this person's upset about. Truly, I don't know what kicked it off. I don't know where, and I don't care. It is none of my business. It is none of my business, truly. But what I don't understand is why my name gets dragged into these things. And then the side chats, oh, she should have her license taken away. She is a vile human being. And the channel creator is saying, what if it was one of your patients? Huh? What if it was one of your patients? What would they say if they knew? Okay, I don't know what you're talking about. If they knew what happened 3, almost 4 years ago. What do you want them to know so that my patients are horrified and affected by your misreading of reality? What? Those of you with the whole, oh, that's such a vile person. Don't let them hurt you. Don't let them hurt you, mommy. Don't let them hurt you. Have you gone to look to see what the truth is? I'm going to guess no. And that's okay. That's your prerogative. My position is this. I don't make videos about this lady. I don't come in here and give you a laundry list at least once a week of all of the bad things that have ever happened to me in the last 4 years on YouTube. I don't do that. Why? I'm going to tell you why. Because I don't care. That's why. People are nasty on social media. And that one over there has been the nastiest of all that I can tell. I'm sure that there's some other nasty people. I'm sure that there's some real bad things going on, but I have had the great fortune of not being among those people. You got to admit, we have a pretty good, rational group of people in our community. Okay. We have a good time. Sometimes we, get a little funny and snarky, but nobody is being maligned or mistreated or hurt. Nobody. Right. So my good humor is, at some point you begin to say, wait a minute, why are you involving me in your conjurings? What is it about me that you can't detach from? And so what do you mean, Lise? Yeah, Diane, the dismissiveness that people get treated is pretty horrible. Just immediately start talking over someone. I felt really embarrassed for her to do that. Nancy, the channels her income. That is a big part of the problem. She has a lot of financial pressure. I don't think. Oh, okay. So yeah, thank you for. You're right, Margot. No, and that I did get. I did understand when she was talking about that. I did recognize. I was like, oh, okay. I don't know why, but somehow, like I said, I don't ever think about her. So I don't know about things about her. But for some reason, I don't know why, I just thought that, well, to be fair, I'd heard people say that she got a large inheritance from her family, but I don't know anything about. That's something else she was saying. She said it time and time again, and I have no idea what it is. It's something about me talking about her parents. I don't know anything about her family. Literally, I don't have any idea if she has brothers and sisters. I don't know if her both parents are alive. I don't know. I don't even know where they live, right? Like when I say where they live, I mean, I don't know if they live like in New York or Chicago or Pennsylvania or Virginia. I don't know. All I know is they live somewhere up on the East Coast. And I could be wrong about that. The reason I don't know these things is because I don't care. I don't know her. She's not a part of my YouTube thoughts, and she's not a part of my, regular day-to-day world. So I'm always so baffled when I get these messages saying, well, she's at it again. Your name just came out of her mouth again. And then I'm like, why? This is so weird. So I don't know what I did figure out last night, because she said that, and I don't know if I'm being included in this or not. I don't know, but it sounds like it by the way she drops my name. That there was a group that was trying to take down her channel, right? I can't figure it out if she thinks that I do that. Why would I do that? And that's kind of what upset me. Look, she's been talking about me for almost 4 years. She's going to continue to do it. I know that. But the part that's bothersome is when she says these things like I'm trying to take down her channel. And I think that is not about me. She's now switched to talking about someone else, but her subscribers don't know that. Her subscribers are listening and they are thinking she's still talking about me, because just out of nowhere, she dropped my name in the middle of this tirade. And now people are thinking that I did these things. The reason that I keep saying did these things is because I don't know what things are happening to her. There's I know about the, what is it even called? The scripture, something script, real scripture that does like this person does these little cartoons and he calls it Glitter Bomb Mom. Apparently someone sent her a glitter bomb. There's been one person that said she sent it to herself. I don't know. It's not my circus, not my monkeys. I don't know. I don't care. But I'm lumped in with that. And it's enough is enough, because yesterday what she did, we got into slander territory. Now, I know that this person loves to talk about, her telephone line that she's got to a special FBI agent to help her and all those kinds of things. That's fine. But stop slandering me. If you say something about me, be clear. But really, okay, we all know that she's going to listen to this. She may be listening now. We know she will, because she watches everybody and makes databases and spreadsheets by her own words. So we know that. So you guys just, paint your toenails and give me a moment to just address Carolyn. Okay. I don't have anything to do with you in your community, right? I don't, when I say I don't have anything to do with you guys, I mean my thoughts are not there. Like my thoughts are, well, okay. So what you would see if you could get into, let's say if I were to show my Twitter account, if I were to show my Twitter account, you would see me addressing multiple people on Twitter, having these long conversations and messages back and forth, all of it about Chaffee County, Barrymore Few, the disappearance of Suzanne, the upcoming change of venue to Fremont County, Ramsey Lama. That's dominated. That's what I've been thinking about. I don't have any idea what Cooper's been doing on her channel. I'm going to guess 2 weeks. It could have been longer than that. I don't understand this. You said on your channel last night that, oh, well, it's okay. People go to prison and then they get reformed, and then they come out and they should be given a chance to do better. That's what you said. Well, if you believe that, Carolyn, then why are you still talking about me, something that happened 3.5 years ago, as if it happened yesterday? Why are you doing that? If you want to attack me, could you maybe like do it with something I did to you in the past year? Could we try that? Do you want to, should we compare behaviors? For your behavior around the time that your son died and my behavior around the time that my dad died, should we compare who had the worst behavior during our grief? I'm not sure that would be productive for either one of us, really. And it would probably end up being quite painful. I'm not your enemy. I'm not your competitor. I'm not trying to look toward you as ideas for how I want to run my channel. I'm a really independent person. I have my own ideas about what I want to do going forward with my YouTube channel. What I do in my channel doesn't look anything like what you do. I don't understand why you keep dragging me in the middle of whatever's going on with you. And like Morgan said, or not Morgan, Margot, like Margot said, just like the guy on the freeway, everybody's got challenges. Everybody. I don't think there's a single human being that is, just easy sailing through life. We are struggling. I have my struggles. The difference between me and you is that I don't air my struggles on a YouTube channel. You want to know why? Because if I did, I would be getting hate videos made about me, because people would take the things I was saying, they would make something funny out of it, and then people would get comic relief, because it's what people do with topics and things that make them uncomfortable. That's why you don't go into your job and cry and blow your nose and complain about the affair your husband is having. It makes people uncomfortable, and it would be inappropriate for the work environment. Now, for me, I come on YouTube to have fun. That is not, by your own words, that's not what you do. YouTube is your job. Or not YouTube, but the internet is your job. And so it's different for you. There's a higher level of there's a higher level of pressure and anxious distress related to performance on YouTube. I look at my analytics and I'm just like, oh, this is so weird. Like, I wonder what that means. I wonder why my YouTube analytics go up and down and up and down. I wonder what that is. I wonder why that's happening. That's so weird. I wonder why YouTube does that. That's my reaction. But that's not your reaction, because when you look and you see your analytics going up and down, it's scary. I get that now. I didn't know that. Marco just informed me. Very difficult. Well, and that's the problem, Margot. Lots of people could sue her. What she did last night, what she said about me, and invoking my, she shouldn't have a license. She should not have a license. That's dog whistling, right? That's to get people that may be a little less stable. That's to get them all upset and motivated, and then they start making these crazy calls, right? What I don't really understand, though, is that they've done this before many times. I know what I can't. I'm a good person. I'm not trying to hurt anyone. I'm not gonna get on YouTube and do things that would be damaging to other people. I'm constantly aware that someone that I know in my real life may end up running across one of my channels. And in fact, someone helped that along by going on my dad's eulogy when he died and putting in my YouTube channel in a video, so that all of the people in my hometown were like, oh, wow, that's so weird. This is so weird. I can't believe this, that she's on YouTube. This is so weird. I had family members going, this is crazy. Are you really on YouTube? How the hell did you get 10,000 subscribers? I didn't tell anybody I was doing YouTube, but they told for me. So now occasionally I just do a shout out for all the people that know me, my hometown. But that's fine, because I've been honest about who I am, and I know there was no doubt that I couldn't portray myself as somebody I'm not, because I knew, somebody would know. Somebody's always going to find out. You put your face up like this, someone's going to find out. The trolls love it. They love the whole exposure. I know. I get that. But it's that I absolutely understand. Well, I can't say I understand equally, but I could imagine if me going to my job every day, I had to watch as every single day people came by and had to say, Dr. Jules is doing a good job, or Dr. Jules is doing a bad job. She's doing a good job. She's doing a bad job. She's doing a good job. She's doing a bad. If there was like a ticker tape running across over the top of my office door, and every day I got to see, oh, well, look, 3 people are mad at me. Oh, look, I got a complaint to human resources. Oh, look, I got that. It would drive me crazy. I understand that. And in some ways, I would imagine that's probably what it's like for Carolyn. If this is your full-time job and you're going around and you're watching every single channel in this drama community that's just toxic sludge, and you're watching it and you're listening to all these people who they listen. Oh my gosh. My grandmother used to caution me about listening to people, like, what do you call it? Eavesdropping, right? Oh, yeah. Eavesdropping is the most unhealthy thing you could do. Never eavesdrop. Don't be an eavesdropper. And I was always like, but Mama, why? Why can't I be? What's so bad about eavesdropping? I mean, isn't it good to know what people are saying about you? And she said, it doesn't matter what people are saying about you. It doesn't matter what other people think of you. The only thing that matters is that you are proud of who you are every night when you get in the bed and go to sleep. What you think of you is what matters, not what other people think of you. That's their problem. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, fast forward now 30 years, maybe 50, 40 years. No, 30 years. Fast forward 30 years. And now we have this thing called positive psychology. Well, hell, I'm going to tell you something. My mama didn't graduate from high school, right? But she could cook a mess of peas and hot water cornbread like you ain't never seen, okay? She never graduated high school, but I know now that she was a psychologist. She was a really, really great psychologist. She understood people. And more important, she understood what it took in life to be happy. She laughed. As I sit here today, I can hear the sound of her laughter. And everybody else in the store could hear her too. Because when she laughed with her whole heart and soul. But positive psychology, which is the kind of psychology that my mama engaged in, it was a popular, it came to its heyday like in the 1990s. And it moved away from that medical model of focusing on things that are going wrong, right? A disease type of model. Positive psychology kind of flipped the script and said, wait a minute, instead of focusing on what has gone wrong, why don't we think about mechanisms of change where we're thinking about what the goal becomes, like where we want to be. And that was how positive psychology came to be, where the primary focus is on strengths, what your personal strengths are, what your virtues are, and of course, any kind of special talents or skills that you may have. You know, how many times have I said, confirmation bias, confirmation bias, confirmation bias. We find what we seek. Whatever you're looking for, that is what your brain is going to center on. And all the other nonsense gets sort of just blurred by the brain. So if your focus is not on the fact that you're depressed or you're anxious or you're angry or you're frightened and scared, if your focus is on, you know what, I am really good at writing. I'm a really good writer. Like I can remember when I was in high school and I used to write and everybody loved to read my short stories. And I worked on the school newspaper. I just loved it. I just loved going and interviewing people and writing stories about what I learned from them. I was a really good writer. And I just got all caught up, I just got all caught up in this idea that I had to be, I had to be a research scientist. And I'm not a very good research scientist. I don't really like it. I can do it, but I don't really like it. It doesn't feed my soul. It doesn't bring me joy and happiness. I don't wake up in the morning, my feet hit the floor and say, yeah, go input that data set. No, that doesn't drive me. But I have awakened in the middle of the night with an idea, turned the light on so I could write down the idea before I went back to sleep. That moves me. So when you become focused on writing rather than, let's say, prestige, the prestige of the big research job, right? You become focused on what you're really good at, what your strength is, as opposed to, here, let me show off. Let me take my 142 IQ and throw it around the hospital a little bit and impress the hell out of everybody. In the meantime, I'm miserable. I'm not having fun anymore, right? So we focus on the strengths that we have, or we think to ourselves, this is something I really love and I want to develop this into a strength. The virtues, the things that make you a good person, the recognition, I'm actually a pretty good guy. It's easy for people to get disillusioned or angry and say bad things about you when you make a mistake. But the truth of the matter is that I was the only grown man that went up and down the street and mowed the lawn of every single old widow on our street and never asked for recognition or repayment or even a glass of tea. I just did it because they needed help and I could help. I am a good person. I may have made some mistakes, but I'm a good person. Virtues. Virtues are goals. Living a virtuous life is a goal. Making the decision, I don't want to be in the drama community screaming like a banshee on YouTube. That's not something that really fits with my identity, right? Self-awareness. There you go. Hashtag self-awareness. So then you say, you know what? Self-control, peace, it's a virtue. Exercise it. If someone says something that hurts your feelings or makes you angry, embarrasses you, hashtag peace. It's a virtue, right? And your talents. Oh man, I used to love to play my guitar. I loved it. It was so great. I can just remember sitting up on my bed in my bedroom by myself for hours, just strumming and singing. And I'd play so long that my fingertips would be bleeding. But I couldn't wait for the next day. Start all over again. Loved it. But then you get busy, right? You get busy. You're at school, then you graduate, then you're working, and suddenly that guitar that used to bring you hours and hours and hours of joy, it's covered in dust. In fact, the strings are breaking. Got to go get new strings just because you feel like, I think I'll give it a try. So when we read, my mama knew, and then in the 1990s, those psychologists realized, confirmation bias is a real thing. And so instead of focusing on the abnormal, instead of focusing on the medical model of psychology, why don't we focus on the person? Why don't we focus on the things that make us happy, high-functioning, effective human beings? Let's focus on our strengths and our virtues and our talent, because those are the things that contribute to our success, healthy functioning. And when people are successful and they're happy and they're functioning well, then their families are doing well. And then if all your families are doing well, then that equates to a community that's thriving. And if a community's thriving, they're electing politicians who have some self-awareness for the greater good, right? But it all is going to start right back on you, what your choice is for you. This idea of positive psychology is really considered one of the newest branches to have come out. It's kind of funny though. If you go up to just a regular person on the street and you say, name a famous psychologist, what are they all going to say? If they've never been to college, they're all going to say Freud. Everyone says Freud. If you've been to college, you probably say B.F. Skinner, right? And that's really going to be about it. People just don't know. So why are we focusing on information related to psychology and the healthy functioning of human beings and their environments dating back to the late 1800s, when right now, the 1990s, we had the first school of psychology or influence in psychology where you're actually accounting for the way that the neurological system of the animal works. What you focus on, you will find. And there's no value there. There's no value for good or bad. It is a mathematical equation in a sense. What you are looking for, you will find. The brain, I'm talking about the brain will find it. I'm not talking about your heart and your soul. No. I'm talking about the brain, the memory, the retrieval paths, the sensory input. Your brain knows, okay, this animal is searching for people that are making fun of her. And so then if I go into every single channel and I'm thinking, are people making fun of me? Are people making fun of me? Are people making fun of me? Guess what I'm going to find? A whole lot of people that I decide are talking about me. They may not be, and very likely are not talking about me. I'm not that interesting. In fact, I can pretty much guarantee the things that are the way that Carolyn and her side chat, the way they talk about me, the things they say about the things that I supposedly do, they make me a far more interesting person than I really am, right? Like if you listen to them talk about me, you think, damn, wow, Jules Dot, she is savage. She is a savage, a beast, right? Okay. But I'm not. I am really not. I got upset because the store did not have Frosted Flakes. Okay, that's how beast mode I am. It's that not having my Frosted Flakes through my whole day out of whack. Okay, that's not a very interesting. 007 doesn't give a damn about his Frosted Flakes. Okay, so in a sense, if you're a fairly negative person, or you're carrying with you a lot of anxious distress, you have a lot of expectations that are on your shoulders and you're really struggling, maybe financially, maybe, with job and whatnot, then telling yourself, I'm going to find everyone who's talking mean about me and they're going to pay. I'm going to find them and they're going to pay because they're ruining my channel, right? And so you start a database. Okay, that's not my business. You can have as many databases as you want, but it doesn't sound healthy to me. I don't want to keep a database of all the people that have been mean to me. Carolyn, if we're going to go back 3 or 4 years, and I'm going to need to make a database or a spreadsheet, I think AK does Excel. I think he'd probably help me set up an Excel sheet. And then I could keep up and make me a database of all the people that have been mean to me since I've been on YouTube. 75% of them will come from your community. And you know that to be reality. I don't hold it against any of them. I just don't go to that community because they don't like me. What you doing?
The entryway.
Oh, okay.
That closet.
No, I'm not going to make a database of all the people that have ever been, been mean to me. I'm not going to do here, and here is why. Because I'm a healthy human being neurologically. I don't suffer with depression and anxiety and schizophrenia and all those terrible kind of physiologically based conditions. Overall, I'm a fairly healthy person, and I may be dissatisfied right now. I may have some things in my life that are out of balance. I need to work to achieve a better work-life balance, right? But for the most part, I recognize there are going to be people that don't like my personality, where my personality grates against their personality. And you know what? That's okay, because there are 300 million other people in the United States that I can be friends with. I don't expect you to be my friend. If I meet someone new, I don't have an expectation. You are going to love me. You are going to be my supply. I got a new source of narcissistic supply. Yay me. New friend to feed me. No. I meet a new person. How are you? Where are you from? Have your family grown up here? What kind of hobbies do you have? What's your favorite restaurant? I get to know them. And if for some reason, let's say, for example, they love to go party. That's what they like to do. They like to go and drink long neck Lone Star beer and dance the night away. And I'm worried about finding a box of Frosted Flakes. We're not really compatible people. You know what I mean? Well, I'm not going to be devastated and heartbroken because this person that's wearing really shiny things and going to go out and twirl around the dance floor till 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm not going to cry and take that as a personal affront to me that my friend won't bypass going to get drunk and come with me to all the various HEBs until we find a box of damn Frosted Flakes. I'm not going to do it. You know what I'm going to say? I'm going to say, take pictures. Go have fun, take pictures, some videos of you dancing, and then when you're laying in bed in the morning with a headache and maybe vomiting with your hangover, I'm going to be watching your videos and seeing how much fun you had. But I won't have a headache, right? Okay. So you just get to know people until you don't. And it's okay. It doesn't mean that anybody was being mean or dismissive to another person. Some people are compatible. Some people are not compatible. But here's your problem. When we're talking about positive psychology, what you focus on, you will find. And if your focus is, I want to find everyone who's ever said anything bad about me, I'm going to catch them red-handed in the act. I want all of my people going into all the various channels. And when you hear somebody talk about me, by God, you record it because I want to know. I'm going to save that video. I'm going to save everyone. You can delete them, but I have memorialized all of your worst behavior. All of the most horrible things you've ever said about me, I have it documented and cataloged and easily at my fingertips so that I can pick at the scab over and over and over and keep the pain raw. It is not healthy. It is not healthy to go into all of these channels and listen to people bashing you. It is not healthy. It is hurtful. It is hurtful. People don't like me. If I go into the channels that are, throwing shade where I'm concerned, and I listen to people saying these things about me, it hurts me. It undermines my confidence, right? It takes away from me my focus on my strengths and my virtues and my talents. But if I stay away from those channels, if I just let them have the freedom to talk about whatever they want to talk about, even if it's me, Let them speak about me. If I give them that freedom to say what they want to, but I don't have to participate. But I do enjoy my YouTube channel. What will my video be about today? Let me research my topic today, make my notes, plan it out, and then record my live today. And that is going to make me focused on my strengths, my virtues, and my talents. If your concern moves away from this sort of childlike, narcissistic need to control everything around you, and you become more mature and recognize that control is an illusion, and most of us have none of it. So it's better to just focus on the little things that you have true control over, like ensuring that all of your experiences are positive experiences, or at least an experience where something positive comes from that experience. If you kind of do an inventory of the things that you're really good at, the things that you love, the things that you enjoy, the best memories in your past, your best accomplishments, then that gives your brain something to focus on, and it becomes an algorithm for focusing on positive individual trait. Your brain, if you got your brain channeled so that all that it's doing is zooming out there and scanning out there among the trauma community for anyone that may or may not, be talking bad, then your brain is not going to be thinking about the things that you're really good at. Your brain is not going to be remembering your really happy, memorable moments in life. And you're going to start to feel really bad. You're going to lose sleep. Physiologically, you're going to begin to feel bad. So with positive psychology, there's that awareness for the way that the brain neurologically, how it operates. One of the things that I've heard is, that Jules thought, how could she say that? Because there are people that have personality disorder, and they are on YouTube, and when she talks about it, it hurts their feelings. She's not a psychologist. She is hurting them. She is not a psychologist. Listen, I'm not ordained anything. I don't have the power to control my left toe, much less an entire community of people. What I am responsible for is my happiness. That's my responsibility, is my happiness. And your responsibility, each individual, person, is your happiness. My happiness will look very, very different from like Sketty Nona's happiness. My happiness would look my goals for happiness would look very different than, let's say, from Critter's goals of happiness. But the point is, if you program your brain to focus in on your strengths, your virtues, your talents, then you're already well on the path to happiness. Because the brain, the physiology of the brain is going to fulfill what you've put in it. So I'm not going to make a database of all the terrible things that people ever did to me, because it's devastating. Some of us have had some really bad things happen to us. Things that we dealt with at the time and we put to rest, and we may share if it's the appropriate situation, but there is no good to come from it, keeping it alive and well every day of your life. Your worst moments of your life are not intended to be the worst moment forever. This is not a dress rehearsal. We got one life. You better live it. because there won't be any do-overs. I want mine to be a happy one. So I wanted to talk about positive psychology today, because it's really, it's a great recipe for just getting your thoughts organized, right? Just getting them organized. If those of you that are like the sounds of this, you think it makes it that it's logical, right? It's based in natural physiology, not a whole bunch of kind of subconscious, unconscious Freudian weirdness, metaphysically, kind of creepy out there stuff. It's just good, effective kind of roadmap for moving forward in a way that may be give you a little bit of relief, right? If you're burdened by worries, and there's so many people now, we've got family members that have either have the COVID, or maybe they're just getting it. We've had nearly 1 million people die because of this little virus. There's a lot of sadness. There's a lot of people that have lost jobs. There's a lot of people that walked off jobs because it was their right not to be, have a foreign substance put in their body. There's been a lot of difficult changes, really bad changes. And don't forget, least of which is my damn Frosted Flakes. Where in the hell are all the Frosted Flakes? It's a mystery. We're the damn true crime community. Would someone please investigate and tell me where my damn Frosted Flakes are? And while you do that, let me say this. If you are interested in the scientific, physiological manifestation of human health and strength, then you can Google a author, psychologist by the name of Martin Seligman, Seligman. He is the founding father of this new movement in psychology called positive psychology. Direct quote from Dr. Seligman: the study of what constitutes the pleasant life, the well-engaged life, and the meaningful life. Let's see. What is it? Just as the good life is something beyond the pleasant life, the meaningful life is beyond the good life. So keeping a focus on all that's gone wrong, keeping a focus on the things that are not working, if that has not given you a recipe for finding some relief and getting a bit more healthy and organized, then, maybe you can change it around just a little bit, just a focus on, here's a big one that I hear. My husband is driving me crazy. My husband's so mad. My husband's so bitter. He never smiles. He never laughs. He never has fun. Yada, 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 yada. Every single day, every night, same thing. Argue, fight. I just want to be happy. Are you sure? Are you sure you just want to be happy? Because it sounds like you just want to be right. You just want to say to him, you and your bitterness and your anger is robbing me of my happiness, and you better straighten up and be happy, and you better straighten up and be interesting so that I can have a happy life. And that's why you're fighting every night. If you're really, really committed to really being happy at night, there's nothing wrong with saying, I can see you don't feel good tonight. I'm going to go to a movie. If you want to go, I'd like that. If you don't, that's okay. and then go watch a movie, or go play your piano, or go take photographs, or go hang out with your friends. Do whatever it is that brings you happiness. And maybe something that brings you happiness is to just put on your most cozy pajamas and jump in bed and turn on the Jewels of Clutch. No, how was that for a little narcissistic dig? Right? We are responsible for us, and we have to relinquish control of others. That's it. Just being responsible for my own happiness to the end of the day. I got my hands full, right? To make sure that I'm not judgmental, to make sure that I'm not selfish, to make sure that I'm not, narcissistic in a way. I got my hands full. I want to focus on the things I'm good at. I want to remember the things that really define me, who I am as a good and decent, human being and custodian of the future. And I want to learn to do new things and use my talents. And so if I can focus on those things, I can promise you when it's time to go to bed tonight, I'm going to be smiling. And my happiness won't be dependent on anybody else. My happiness won't change. If my focus has been to do a good YouTube video, my happiness won't change because some other creator has decided to rant and rave and scream and yell about something that happened 3 years ago. My happiness won't change. All right? Okay. Rant over. It wasn't a rant. Was it a rant? Put a 1 if it was a rant. Put a 2 if it was worthwhile. How's that? All right, Caledonia. I lost my husband, sister, and mother in the last 2 years. I am aware that I am certainly not alone, no matter how unexpected or how traumatic. We all share our losses. Caledonia, I am so sorry about your losses, and there are way too many people that have experienced this excruciating plague and the horrible, ramifications from it. But I can promise you, every time I look up and I see your name come in the chat, it registers. Look, Caledonia's here. You matter, right? We see you. And Zelda, Critters, Allie. These are names. Mama Mo. Every name that keeps coming up. Y'all are like, you're here, like you're supposed to be here. Viktor Frankl, amazing man, proves positive psychology works and helps those in the Holocaust. Very good, Mama Mo. Let's see. Some creators need to find him last. All right. How are you, Gigi? French apple tart. Kaylin, welcome. I knew Skitty Nona was here. Hey, Kathy R., how are you? Susie Stock. The world is abrasive. Thank you, Susie. The world is abrasive, and some days are rougher than others, right? Sometimes it's just like a number 2 grain, and sometimes it gets all the way up to like a 10. Or do I have that backwards? So the lower number's the rougher grain? I don't know. It was good. It would have been a good joke if I just knew my sandpaper. Hi, Donna Burns. How are you? I do love the name Holy Cats. So I guess everybody is starting to thaw out, right? I truly question the motives of subs who do this. I feel like it's manipulative and somewhat abusive, like wanting an emotional codependency and approval in the group for loyalty. Trust your intuition, Kate. Thank you. Absolutely wisdom in your question or your comment. Here's what I can promise you. If my best friend, let me think of an example. If my best friend finds out, okay, so her parents have already passed, so it'll be okay. If my best friend finds out that her beloved mom has stage 4 melanoma, right? Devastating diagnosis, correct? Devastating. If I find out that her mom has this horrible, disease, very likely, untreatable. And then 2 days later, I see her husband at a restaurant with another woman, and they're all kissy face, right? They're all up in each other's grill. I will not go to my best friend and tell her. Why? Now, any other time, I wouldn't have had to go tell my friend because I would have been standing up on top of the table, screaming down upon him that I was going to make sure that the whole town was going to know who he spent lunch with, right? I'd have made a scene like something right out of Steel Magnolias, okay? But in this circumstance where my friend is already dealing with what is one of the most traumatic moments, right? Why would I insulate her from the kind of foolish, secondary kind of, yeah, my husband screwed around, who cares? Right? I mean, you're talking about the life and death of one of the most significant people in your life. That is far, far more impactful than this, infidelity stuff. So you wouldn't do it. Your friend, we know as trauma multiplies, that there's more damage to the neurological system. And as damage to the neurological system increases, then the immune system fails. And then you get all kinds of trouble from your immune system going haywire, right? So of course not. I'm not going to add stress upon stress upon stress upon stress. It's not a good friend. You know what a good friend is for? A good friend is there to share the burden. That's what a good friend is for. You share the burden. You share the joys too, but you share the burden. You do what you have to do to lighten the load of your friends. So no, hell no. If my best friend, if her son has just died, she is in the middle of absolutely arguably one of the worst things that could happen to another human being is the loss of your child. Do you really think I am going to get on the phone and call her or send her clips or send her email saying, oh yeah, you better go over there to old Ross Dog Network. They're throwing shade at you. They're saying bad things about you. Are you crazy? You think you're a friend? Carolyn should have been protected. Okay, that was a rant. You want to know what a rant sounds like? That was a rant. Okay. Maybe it was a rant that should have come out years ago. Stop running to your favorite creator. If your favorite creator is obviously stressed, if your favorite creator is struggling, if they're looking for some relief and some happiness, stop being the informant. You're not helping. You're harming your friend. God. Yeah, cat. Yeah, but now I'm all pissed off because it was stupid to do that to her. It was stupid for them to. Okay, I'm done. All right. Let me go back to what's important here. Find my Zen. Positive emotions, engagement in the here and now, positive, constructive relationships, meaning and purpose, and remembering my accomplishments. How's that? Spoken like a good Taoist, right? Okay. All right. So, quality of life. If your goal becomes, I want a good quality of life, I want to find an effective work-life balance, I want to enjoy the majority of my days. Notice I didn't say every day. Why? Because life is abrasive. It's going to give you a knock every now and then just to keep you awake and on your toes. But if I remember neurologically what I seek, I will find. And so I make sure that what I'm looking for are things related to the things I'm good at, my strengths, the good things I've done for others, or how I help the world in general, my virtues, and my talents. You know, I may love to sing. Other people may not love it when I sing, but I love to sing. Then me and Barry behind bars, we just wait till nobody's here and then we just sing our asses off. And it makes us feel good, right? Strengths, virtues, talents. Stay focused there. All right, done. Now I'm really done. Okay, just see, Casbat, did you see how quickly I regrouped? Was that not a work of art to see how quickly I regrouped? All right. Okay. I'm glad, Margot. Thank you. Yes. Your thoughts are always helpful. I'm glad you share. It seems to always be just what it. Good, Amber. Well, then you know what? Then this has been worthwhile, and that is everything. So thank you. Hey, Sammy Sparrow. Meet. Can you hear the bird? The bird actually has a blanket over the cage, and still he's just singing away. He's a happy bird. One of the teachers in my life taught me the perspective of this as just Earth school. Sure. No, I do like to remember that we are animals and we are living in our environment. And the smartest among us are people that live effectively with the environment they're in. And that's how you define IQ. Thank you. I was a good role model, wasn't I, Holy Cats? Yeah, I got a little triggered thinking about mean people that would, spread malicious things when someone's hurt. And I got triggered. And then I said, no, don't want to lose that. Good feeling. Got to get back there. So I did. Okay. All right. Teresa Fountain. Yeah, but I'm going to tell you this, Holy Cats. I'm pissed about my Frosted Flakes. Somebody got to tell me is it China? Did China do something with the Frosted Flakes, or is it the damn Russians? Did the Russians do something to the Frosted Flake making place? I want to know. I told her because I loved her so much and everyone knew but her. I stayed with her, brought her meals and flowers to help her through because I'd want to know, but she did it and I'll never do that again. I'm so sorry, Mama Mo. You know what? In the best of circumstances, it's hard to know the right thing in those circumstances. In the best, right? I mean, if your friend is killing it and she is living life large and she's strong and she's got a great, friend group and a good, income and she's doing good, and you find out the guy that she's married to is screwing around, you think, she needs to know, right? She needs to know so she can keep herself safe, for if no other reason, just keeping herself physiologically, disease free. So there's no doubt, there's definitely times when you're in a situation that you do have to tell your friends sometimes, upsetting things, but not immediately in the hours after you've just lost someone that is very, very dear. People that are in that level of grief, they got their hands full just trying to, get a cup of coffee. They can't manage, oh yeah, and my husband's screwing around. You really have, if you stay focused on the ultimate goal, and that is to live a purposeful, healthy existence, some things in one environment, you might respond differently than you would in another environment. And that's okay. Instead of why is this happening to me, she said, what is this trying to teach me? Exactly, Allie. What did I try to do to avoid learning last time? Less life and death, more progress. The U.S. is shipping corn abroad, so let's go. Son of a... Damn it, Sketty Nona. I knew those damn politicians had something to do with my lost frosted flakes. Wow, that's really unfortunate to hear. I guess I'm going to have to start eating oatmeal. I heard there's no cat food or litter. What? Okay. Nubbin just took off running out of the room because she can't go outside. Peaches could go outside to go potty, but not Nubbin. I'm going to H-E-B. I'll check on the Kellogg aisle, Jules. You need your fry. I do. Thank you for feeling my pain, Holy Cats. I'm serious, Holy Cats. If H-E-B in Houston has Frosted Flakes, draw me an email, girl, because I'm going to load up and I'm going to go buy every box they got on the shelf. Man, I mean, my whole entire universe is kind of like shifted on its axis because I hadn't had Frosted Flakes in a week. It's terrible. Shelves are empty. They are. You scared the crap out of me, Jules. Why that? People say things they would never say to someone in person. Absolutely. Yes, they do. They get all caught up in the drama. They get all caught up in the, kind of the old school, kind of mean girl, tit for tat stuff. And they just, they're focused on views, they're focused on subscribers, they're focused on getting their, minute of fame. And in all of the chaos that is bred on this YouTube platform or social media in general, they forget about humanity. They just forget. The world on YouTube, it moves very, very quickly. You can jump from room to room, from one argument to the next, right? You can just, things change so quickly. Your brain is just sort of bouncing back and forth. It's only limited by how fast you can click and get into another channel. But in real life, you got to do a little work to go from one argument to another. Maybe the neighbor down the street is arguing with their neighbor, but then to get to the other fight, you may have to get in your car and drive up to the damn gas station. So things move more slowly in real life, and that gives your brain time to recover and make sense. And then you're like, no, I don't want to stop here and watch those two people at the gas pump scream and yell at each other. That's dumb. I have better things to do. But how many of you have been in one channel and somebody come in and say, oh, such and such is dragging the hell out of another person. And everybody goes, where? Oh, Bullhorn Betty, let's go. And then everybody goes over to Bullhorn Betty's to watch, right? You wouldn't do that in real life. If you saw two middle-aged women screaming and yelling at each other and cussing and running around and carrying on, you'd think, grow up. Where's your dignity? Quit yelling at each other. That's the reality, I think. one drama to another. I once did that for a few days as an experiment. The drama never stops. It's tiring and addictive. I wanted to know why people do it. Absolutely, Casbat. Nope, you're 100% right. Why do they do it? Wouldn't that be an interesting wouldn't that be an interesting inquiry to be able to talk to all of these individual people privately so nobody else knows what they're saying and just say, what is it about this drama community that you enjoy? Like, why do you like this? Like, how is it that you can spend 2 weeks showing people when they're at their worst? And you're, what is it? Now, I will say this. So I have not been treated. Please understand, this was 3 years ago. It was a long time ago. My life has changed dramatically in that 3 years. But I was not treated very well by a certain group of people in that channel, right? In fact, I got some pretty heinous messages. Because my choice on how to deal with that was to turn my back on it. My choice was to focus on my channel and focus on what I wanted to make my experience on YouTube and move forward. And I didn't care if they were talking about me, and I didn't care about all that drama. I didn't watch it. I didn't allow myself to engage with it, and I didn't become a part of it. I let them do it on their own, and eventually they found a new victim. So when I now see somebody like Real Scripture, that is not the name of his channel. What's the name of that channel? It's Real Scripture. There's 3 words. Real. Do y'all know what I'm talking? Y'all may not know which channel I mean. Real. Hold on, I'm trying to find it. I'm subscribed to it, so it should come right up. Real Clear Scripture is the name of the channel. Okay. So he's made these videos that he calls Glitter Bomb Mom. They're funny. They're less than 5 minutes long. They're cute. There's nothing malicious. Hell, you want to know the truth? The cartoon character that is representing the creator, she's cute. He made the avatar a cute little cartoon lady. It's not mean. But so I do watch and I giggle, right? It chuckle a little bit. I don't see where it, they've said they've not been offensive, they've not been direct and hurtful. It's been nothing like that. But that, why do I giggle? Well, because that person was not very kind to me. It said mean things about me. So it's kind of funny, it's human nature. And maybe that's my juvenile, maybe that's me being childish, right? But for a woman of 76, I don't know. I guess we're entitled to our juvenile moments, right? All right. Well, listen, I am going to take my old wrinkled 76-year-old skin and try to grab my walker so I can get over to my wheelchair so I can get in the kitchen and get my straw out and drink me a little bit of soup. All right. Y'all have a great afternoon. Remember, focus on your strengths, your virtues, and your talents. Talk to you later. Bye.